Good morning, or at least good morning at the time of this video. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. PROFX7942 at gmail.com. Email me there. Any questions you may have. Anything. Life, pertaining to life, relationships, children, teenagers. I got you. I'll do my best to answer your question. So hit me up there at PROFX7942 at gmail.com. I seen a question kind of posed. I believe it was Instagram, one of them. She kind of posed a general question. A black lady. She was concerned about black men because she said we're supposed to like one another, want to hang with one another, be around one another. Talking about black men to black women, even just as friends, whatever. And she had asked, I guess, a couple guys to come to brunch with her and her friends, her homegirls, and I guess enough of them had declined that she wanted to ask the question, what's the deal? What's the problem? And even stating that, they had already had their own tickets and I guess, was gonna pay for their own food. So she couldn't understand what the problem was. If all we're trying to do is hang out with one another, and that's what we should be doing, according to her. She was saying, she had never dated outside of her race. She was loyal to the black man. Then why was it so difficult to even get a black man to go to brunch with her and her friends? And she even asked the question, do we even like black women still? Because it was interesting to her that black men seem to want to hang around other black men more than they did black women. I'm not even going to make this one about race. In a way I am, because I'm going to speak, I feel, on behalf of at least half of the black men. I'm not going to say the majority, but I think I can answer her question in a way that will make sense as far as how most of us, I believe, feel about the situation. We have been burnt, for lack of a better words, cut through the chase. I would say men in general, but the majority of my friends are black, so I know more about what go on in our community and our setup than anybody else's. Enough to say that we have been burnt. We it is most of the time the black man that you will see these ladies go to these restaurants, order food, and then when it's time to pay, she wants to order food for her children. Y'all seen that one? She had like 7 or 8 kids and wanted to order, or even just 2 or 3. Like he takes the lady to dinner. She goes, she leaves her kids with the babysitter. When it's time to pay, she wants to order more takeout to go because what's her kids gonna eat when she get home? And if he was paying for the dinner anyway, then why he can't go ahead and just get a little something for Tyrone and a little something for Keisha? So we've been burnt. We've been burnt. If here let's create the scene here, and if everything is going to revolve around the ability to communicate up front, which I'm sure some women are going to say I shouldn't have to do all of that. I'm just telling you the times that we live in. it is going to require a little bit more information and communication given to kind of lower the wall, so to speak, for them in this kind of situation. If there is no communication up front that, hey, we're going to pay for our own, so the ladies might know we got our own. But if you don't tell the guy that, and then you ask the guy to go to brunch with me and my girls, he's already scanning in his brain how this is going to play out. Because let me tell you something. Most men would love to sit at a table and have breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, whatever, with 2 or 3 beautiful ladies. Most men would love that. A single man sitting at the table with a lady that he know that's attractive, 2 or 3 of her friends, and normally, you know, kind of the attraction is, they all gonna kind of, there might be one ugly one in the group, right? But they all went to school together. So they all went to school together. They all part of the same sorority, whatever. You got one that don't look that good. I know we in 2025, we can't say ugly no more. Sometimes I forget and I go back to 93, or we could just say what we want to say. So consider this channel a 90s channel for today. You got 3 or 4 ladies, one of them is ugly. The other 2 or 3 fairly attractive. One who probably invited you is the most attractive. Most men love that setup. Yeah, it do something for his ego. Folks coming in at restaurants, folks coming into business. Here you are sitting at a table with all these attractive women with the exception of one. Yeah, most of them love it. But when he's scanning his mind, the setup, he already know how this is going to play out. Because after all the laughing and giggling and the ha-ha and the he is over with. And that waiter or waitress bring that bill, $15 a person. 60, $75 for everybody at the table plus a tip. He already know that everybody is going to look to him because he's the only man at the table, as if to say, are you going to handle this? He already know. Black women, listen what I'm telling you, even if that's not y'all's intention. When that bill comes to the table, I don't know if it's our society expectations, I don't know what it is, but when that bill comes to the table, if somebody has, even if everybody said I got my own, the expectation, at least how we feel, is that the man will say, no, I got yours, I got yours, I got yours, that's the expectation. At least that's what we feel. So if he's not willing to pay for, he might pay for the one that invited him, right? But if he's not willing to pay for her friends, and that has not been communicated up front that you don't have to do that to ease the pressure off of his mind to even have an expectation that I may have to do that, then he's probably not going to want to go because we have been burnt. We have realized we will be set up. And then check this out. Excuse me. Then if, again, $70 for the whole table. Women have been known to say if he don't do it, oh, it's just $70. He's so cheap because y'all know how y'all are. When things don't go y'all way, you turn it around and make it seem like the man can't afford to do anything. Remember, we talked about that for those of you that seen the video on like the expensive weave and all that. But Jesse Wu was saying the reason why we don't want women to have it because we can't afford to keep up with the maintenance of it and all the blah. But everything goes back to money. So if it's just $70, $75 for the whole table for brunch, $15 a person, and the man doesn't want to pay or whatever, it can be easily turned on him. Or you a cheapskate. Yeah. Who would want to date a cheapskate? Who would want to be around a cheapskate? He's so cheap. I can't believe we went to brunch with Dave and he made us pay, and it was only $70. And matter of fact, if you really want to be embarrassed, you don't talk about how he didn't take care of the whole table. You just talk about like what yours cost. I can't believe we went out with Dave and he wouldn't pay for everybody's, and my bill was only $13. That's how you say it like that. Now there was 4 other people at the table, but you just said, "Oh, my bill was only $13." He was too stingy to go in his wallet and want to pay. So to answer her question, the reason why black men are going to reject that kind of an offer is because we don't want to take the chance to get burnt when it comes time to pay that bill. Men don't mind spending money on women that they care about when it's something that they want to do. But don't try to force us into a situation where we're having to pay for something that we really don't want to have to pay for. That's where the problem come in. It ain't about do we have the money, it's do we want to do it or not. If we don't know your 3 friends, we ain't paying for your 3 friends. Period. Now, I understand that in this situation, they already had their tickets or whatever paid for. That's where communication would come in. When she asked him to go, Tyrone, I would like for you to go to brunch with me and my girls tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 10:30. It's at such and such and such a place. We already got our ticket. Everything on our end is paid for. We just need you to show up so we can have. I was telling them about what you do for a living. I was telling them about, you had, some Yorkies. They weren't interested. I was telling them about, blah, 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 blah. So come just hang out, have a good time. You a good black brother. And we just want to have, spend some time with our black brothers. Our stuff is paid for. We good. You do it like that, that'll work. That'll work. But if it's just paid for and only y'all know it, and you don't give that information to the man, then his expectation is when all this laughing and giggling is over with, and we done looked at them shiny, because y'all put that extra lotion on, them legs be all greased and shined up. Yeah, it's summertime. So you guys have your little body out, you got your legs, little toes, little feet out, everything look all shiny and glistening. When all that's over with, he gonna get stuck with the bill, paying for 2 or 3 women that he don't even know. And he don't want to do that. Unfortunately, it's not the day we living in. When gas go back down to 99 cents a gallon for unleaded, maybe we'll think about it. Until then, we only paying for ours or maybe the one that we know. Get it? Good.